let's knock this out.
The defensive performance tonight, especially with Ivonne on Keyshawn for most of the night.
Yeah, I mean, great overall team effort defensively, and we want to hang our hat on being a great defensive team, being a great rebounding team. I mean, those are staples you can call on every night, and our guys, I thought, did a good job. Murph had a great scout, and our guys did a great job coming out and executing it with some effort and some energy, and we weren't perfect, but that wasn't the expectation. So, but overall, really happy. I thought Ivonne was great. I thought just our ball pressure was really good all night. I thought, we were in the passing lanes, kind of disrupting their rhythm. We did a great job contesting shots in the paint, and the glass was pretty even all day. I mean, I don't love them getting 16 offensive rebounds, but they're a great offensive rebounding team, so that's going to happen sometimes.
Braden's performance tonight seemed like
good. I thought it was the best rhythm Braden's had in one of these games. We've been talking about rhythm and pace, a lot with Braden. And he's a really good player, but he's learning. And I think what I've really been challenging him is kind of getting out of his comfort zone, increasing his pace. Because I think once he gets more comfortable playing at a faster pace, he has great instincts and they'll take over. And so we just kind of got to up the RPMs a little bit, and I thought he did that at both ends of the floor tonight. So really happy.
Anything else?
Coach's ability to impact the paint, just the low post in general.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Koa's a dynamic player. I mean, he has 8 for 11 today. I wish he would have rebounded a little bit more, and I talked to him about that. We got to get him up. I think he can, I think eventually he can rebound the ball like Tobe. I mean, that would be my expectation. But to have 5 assists and no turnovers, you just feel really comfortable when the ball's in his hands. And, it's something that we hope to take advantage of over the course of the season.
on that 8-0 run to end the first half, momentum kind of shifted a little bit.
Yeah.
How did you coach your guys out of that?
Well, I mean, I obviously I didn't love it. You work yourself to a 20-some point lead in the first half. You'd like to go in a half up like that, but that's not how the game goes. And so, I collected myself and, looked, I said, well, we're up 12. That's better than being down 12. So let's build on the positive things and let's see if we can come out and land the first punch in the second half. And, it was no great strategy, at halftime. I mean, there was no crazy adjustments, I thought we just kind of needed to stick with what got us the lead and kind of just find our rhythm within the game again. And we came out at the start of the second half. Obviously, the guys, I don't know what the run was, but it was a knockout punch.
Talk about runs. So it's 20-3 towards the end of the first half, and then 18-2 to open up the second. Just talk a little bit about defense leading to offense.
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. That's a big deal for us. I think the game of basketball is so special because offense connects to defense. So consistently in defense to offense and offense to defense and, rebounding, defensive rebounding to offensive transition, like all these little connection points in the game what make it really fun to coach, and it's pretty fascinating just when you really get the flow of the game. So I love that. And in order to go on runs, you gotta stack a lot of good things together in all those areas of the game. And that's something we talk about a lot with our guys. We don't take these runs for granted. And, you don't get these runs being reckless. You get the runs usually being really disciplined. And I thought our guys, they're starting to gain an understanding of what makes those runs happen.
Coach Pearl talked about there's a big gap, he feels like, between Michigan and you guys and everybody else in the country. If you guys are number one, does that mean anything?
I mean, obviously it's nothing you shy away from. You're at Arizona. You're going to be on the big stage. It's part and parcel. Of being at a program like this, but we have bigger things on our mind. We know we have a really tough game next week, against Alabama, who's obviously going to be battle tested. But I mean, I don't know if there's the big gap he's saying. I mean, Michigan's looked unbelievable. The little bit I've seen of them, that UConn team we played is right there. They're really good. But hey, and even UCLA, they're, let's not sleep on them. They're really good, and they win a different style, but it's pretty effective. So, and then Florida's going to be right there. Duke looks really good. I mean, I was texting with John today. I thought he did a great job managing that game, and Michigan State formidable. So, there's a lot of good, really, really good teams. And you look what Gonzaga did, last night against Kentucky. You're like, I mean, I don't know if it's two. I mean, he's played both of us. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion, but we're just going to stay focused on one, and that's us, and trying to go play really well, next Saturday in a tough atmosphere in Birmingham.
Did you see or hear any part of that Purdue-Iowa State game?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it. I was on TV this morning. I mean, I think Iowa State looked amazing. And, we should throw them in the mix there. I mean, TJ is a guy, I don't think he minds, being out of the middle of it a little bit, because maybe people aren't talking about him like they should, but I know they're really good. I mean, TJ's done an amazing job, and to go into Purdue and do what they did today, I mean, it's probably as impressive as anything anybody's done all season in college basketball.
Overall, is this maybe as complete? You seem to get something from everybody tonight.
I thought in stretches today we played as well as we've played all year. Yeah, for sure. And then that was, we wanted to come back home after those initial experiences, and being away from home a little bit, we wanted to kind of recalibrate and see if we can galvanize a little bit. And today, for long stretches, it looked like we've done that. But again, it's something you don't ever take for granted.
Rally has come up time and time again in these big-time games. Just your thoughts of him being able to do that game in and game out in, I think, 4 rankings?
Jaden's, he's consistent. That's, I think, one of the greatest compliments you can give a high-level basketball player is just being consistent. And he's consistent in his approach from the game. He's consistent in the way that, he handles, me coaching him. And yeah, I feel great with him out there. I love having him out there, and I thought he guarded a kid that was really good today in Pettiford, and Pettiford got it going a little bit. But JB also had some great stretches defensively, especially at the start of that second half on Pettiford, where we got him to shoot some tougher shots, and he missed them, and it kind of helped us get on that extended run to start out the half.
Steven said that he really admired that you guys can play underneath the rim and not foul. How are you guys going to continue to do that as the games continue to get more competitive?
Well, it's something we work on a lot. There's ways to be physical without fouling. We always want to be as physical as we can be, but we talk about playing clean basketball and, in contesting, the shots within the rules. And that's what we really focus on. But, hey, they also did a good job of, when you get down sometimes in those games, you need to make the game a little uglier and, put your head down and drive and, get to the bonus and, kind of make the game a little choppy. And they did a good job of that, So I wasn't ever sitting there thinking, this thing's done. With, 12 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go. They were feel like they were just marching to the free throw line. So I told our guys, we got to play better defense without fouling. It's as simple as that. And for stretches we did, but I'm sure there'll be some fouls we'll look at that we wish we could clean up.
Coach's challenge work now. I think you're, 2-0?
I don't know. I guess. Listen, things happen so fast in the game. I think everyone's trying to figure out how to utilize it. For me, there has to be certainty, and it has to be probably at a certain part of the game. I'm probably not going to do it early in the game. Timeouts are too valuable. And at the end of these games, you want to, to me, like a good formula, you can't do it every game, but if you can have a couple timeouts in your back pocket, under the 4-minute media, that's usually, to me, like, kind of the sweet spot. So, that if you could save that third timeout long enough, then you feel pretty good. Like, for me, it was the perfect time to challenge. I didn't even kind of see the play. I was kind of blocked a little bit, but, the guys behind the bench were adamant, that we should do it. It was like 5 some minutes to go in the game. So I felt like, it's a perfect time to give your team an extra rest. You call the timeout, no matter what happens, you get a full timeout, you rest, and then you have another timeout after the media to rest. So to me, that's kind of the sweet spot. So yeah, it worked out in our favor tonight.
Tempting, I guess I'm wondering why there's not been more of them. Are you tempted to do one more often because of what you just said, or because you could lose one? Is that just not worth it?
Well, the number one thing I'm focused on is just winning the game, and to win the game, sometimes you got to lose a possession. And so I'm not afraid to do that early in the game because I think there's enough game to make up for it. So yeah, I think it's judicious and smart to probably keep that challenge in your back pocket, down the stretch of the game because, even under 2 minutes, you still have to challenge an out of bounds call. You don't have to challenge like a goaltending or a block charge with the charge circle. So and we're all learning. We're all learning the intricacies of it, but it worked today.
Just a really balanced game overall, 12 points, 8 assists. Feels like the last few years there's been the Swiss Army knife, do-it-all player who's really helped get the team go. What kind of value does having somebody like that?
Well, it's huge because it just gives you a lot of options. When you have somebody who you could put on another team's leading scorer, best player, who can give you multiple looks on defense. Whether it's he can give you a ball screen coverage, he can switch, he can get through screens, he can guard a post. I mean, those are really valuable things. And then offensively, if those guys have some playmaking ability, which Ivonne has and is really starting to show, it just really connects your offense and makes it so much easier. It takes so much pressure off your point guard's hands. And guys we've had do that here over the years. Has been Appella Larson, Dalen Terry kind of played that role. So that's just a really valuable role for us, and Yvonne's really growing into it. But I thought tonight was Dwayne's best game. He's played for us. And so he's starting to finish on the break a little bit, and and Dwayne is really just scratching the surface. So I'm excited to see how he continues to develop.
One more for Coach, and we get the players in here. Can you speak to Krivas maybe a little bit, how he's been able to kind of flourish offensively?
Yeah, Mo's a really good player. I mean, his size really impacted the game at the start, I felt like, and of each half. Yeah, I mean, sometimes maybe our guys aren't doing as good a job as they can finding him on some stuff, but he kind of really established us offensively. I mean, they came out and did a kind of a cross-matching thing, that we weren't quite expecting. So we didn't really. Our guys figured it out on the court, and they had number 6 on Mo. So I mean, our guys kind of settled in, played some old school high-low basketball, and Mo got us going a little bit. So yeah, Mo's a really good player, and he's a difference maker out there. As is Tobe. I mean, the combination of those two guys together, I mean, it's it's a heavy load for teams to handle.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Questions for Jaden and Ivonne?
Ivonne, what was this last few days like for you after leaving the last game with an injury and getting yourself back up to where you could play again?
Yeah, I mean, I tweaked my ankle a little bit. Was banged up a little bit. But J-Rock took really good care of me. It wasn't that bad. And we were just a little bit day to day, and took care of my foot. Did a lot of exercise, and yeah, just got me ready for this game.
Did you feel like in any way that you were limited tonight after having that injury?
No, I had 2 full team practices, and I felt pretty good. So no, I was pretty, yeah.
Jaden, it seems like the game just comes so effortlessly for you guys. Just what do you feel like out there tonight, especially with the crowd being packed?
Just trusting in each other. We play together and, just trusting in each other. The outcome going to be what we wanted to be, playing through our bigs, our guards, doing what they do, and, just keep building chemistry and, playing together.
Koa, you guys had 60 of your points from inside the paint. Why do you think it's just been so effective, the front court presence this year?
I don't think it's just the front court. I think it's everybody, honestly. Coach preaches paint points, and, that's one of our values as a team. So we try to get in the paint. If we don't have nothing out there, kick out threes. That's the best type of threes we can get as a team. So just playing off drives and stuff like that, high lows, simple stuff, and just making sure we're finishing in there. And it's been a good formula for us.
Auburn coach is saying you guys in Michigan are wide margin ahead of everyone else so far this season. What do you think about that? And do you think you guys are number 1 or Michigan or How would that hit?
I think we just are going out there trying to win games, trying to get better each and every day in practice, and that's what we're going to do this week. Get ready for Alabama and keep trying to get better as a team and see what we could do in the long run.
Well, do you guys feel like this was maybe a complete game and a chance, you're on ESPN, et cetera, everyone's watching you, you're playing a ranked team, really just taking it to them?
I mean, I think we just came with the same mindset we come every game, prepare ourselves to go in and play. We knew Auburn was a really good team, so we worked hard every day in practice and got prepped for Auburn, and we went out there and did our best, and we came out victorious.
You felt like Braden had his best game of the season. What did you guys see from him out there?
Just Braden being Braden. As the season goes on, he's going to get more comfortable, and I feel like he's one of the best freshman guards in the country. And, so I'm happy for him to do what he did tonight, and excited to see his growth.
What kind of adjustments are you seeing, JB, as far as Braden? And, he struggled a little bit against some of those big games, but tonight it seems like lately he's been together. Are you certain things he's doing?
Just playing more confident. We had a tough schedule. For any freshman, coming into those big games, even though he didn't score a lot, he made a lot of, made a big impact defensively and, guarding. And so now he's just getting the hang of it on offense, and, he's only going to get better from here.
Ivonne, what was the scout for going against Keyshawn Hall for you defensively?
Nothing special, just I was guarding him and, trying to make his life difficult on the court. No freedom and, no easy layups. Pretty much basic stuff.
Jaden, what was the scouting report against Taha tonight?
Tough coverage. You can shoot it from three, get downhill, fast, shifty. Just make him shoot tough shots. He hit a lot of tough shots tonight, but I feel like we did a decent job of, trying to contain him, get him out of transition, and mixing up the different ball screen coverages.
How do you take those lessons from tonight and improve on those against Alabama?
From down the stretch, from non-conference to conference play, we're gonna play against tough guards, and we just got to contain them and make them see different coverages and just give them different looks.
Kind of a theme of sort of faceless opponent, but you're going up against your former team next week, back in Alabama. Does that game mean anything to you? Have there been any of those conversations yet, or is it just kind of one game at a time and now shift focus with Alabama?
Yeah, just one game at a time. Finish that one, and whatever coach got the next scout, look at that, prepare, see what we can do to get ourselves the best advantage, get that win, and go in there and play team basketball.
You played him, of course, already once in Phoenix, but does it matter going back there? I know it's not Tuscaloosa, but you're going back to Alabama. How do you feel about doing that?
No feeling. Just another away game for us. We got to be great on the road. That's where championships and conference and March Madness. That's where championships are won at away from home. So we got to put our hard hats on and go win this game.
Tommy compared you to a couple of, I would say, glue guy players here over the last couple of years, Dalen Terry, Pella Larson, guys who could impact the game on both ends of the floor. Can you just talk about kind of your ability to do that, kind of use defense and turn it into offense?
When I got here, I was kind of finding my role a little bit, and he told me to look at these guys, like you said, especially Pella Larson, and just guide my game after them a little bit and find my spots where they found it a couple years ago, and it makes it pretty easy when you know what you're doing.
Coach Pearl said, when they get to the rim, it's hard to initiate contact. You guys do so well defending at the rim. What does Coach Lloyd teach you guys, when you're defending at the rim, to not commit a foul?
Just to go up vertical, show our hands to the refs, and try to make it tough for the defender to finish over us.
All right. Thanks, guys.